Hey, Jason Spangler here, the Santee Swapper. I'm coming to you live from my Antique Mall booth in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Sleepy Poet Antique Mall on South Boulevard. So some folks may not know this, but for about 2 years now I've had an Antique Mall booth here at the Sleepy Poet. It's done really well. Everything in my booth is scouting related. Girl Scouts, mostly Boy Scouts, even have a little Campfire Girls in there. But today what I wanted to do was come and replenish the booth, and especially one thing in particular. Some of you might find this very strange, but the most popular thing in my booth is actually this box right here. The almost world famous Dollar Patch Box. Every month I sell 100, 150 patches out of this box. And in fact, recently I had I believe it was a high school student who bought over 200 patches from this box to use in some form of a school project. I'm still not sure what that's all about. Maybe it was a school project where they had to sell things on eBay and make some money as an entrepreneur. I don't know. But anyways, every once in a while I have to come out here and kind of clean things up. When you have an Antique Mall booth, it can sometimes look like a tornado blows through if you don't come through for a week or two, a couple weeks, because people will take things off the hanger, leave them laying on the floor, just make things into a big mess. I came by here a couple weeks ago and cleaned things up, so really today it looks really good actually. I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. But when I came a couple of weeks ago, I did notice that it was time to replenish some things. So today I brought some artwork that I'm going to hang on the wall. I brought more uniforms, including a lot of Girl Scout items, and get those up jackets. I brought a lot of jackets because it's winter, you know, so it's time to sell some Scout jackets. But I also brought some patches. So let me show you the patches that I brought to add to this box. So being that I'm on eBay and all over the place buying up scouting collections, I end up with a lot of patches that are not necessarily valuable. They're still kind of cool patches. Sometimes I would take these to Traderies and set them out in bins and sell them for $2 or $3 a piece, whatever. In fact, that's what all of these came from. I had a container at home that had all these patches in there, and I decided, you know, I'm having such luck at the Sleepy Poet selling these. Yeah, some of these patches in here are old camp patches. There's Order the Arrow patches in here. But why not just put them in this bin and let the people at Sleepy Poet kind of have fun going through it. I really hadn't swapped things out in this tub for maybe a year. I mean, it's been really selling down and down for a year. I figured it was kind of time to do that. So this bag, I weighed it before I came. It's 20 pounds of Scout patches that I'm going to put into the bin today. I hope it can hold it all. I'm not quite sure. Actually, I had to double bag it in trash bags because basically these trash bags couldn't hold the weight. So anyways, let me go ahead and dump this in there. I think the best way to do it is just to kind of rip the bag open. Just to give you an idea of some of the good stuff I'm putting in here. This whole bag has patches from Camp Powhatan from about the last 10 years, and I was able to buy a bunch of these one year at a traderie when the lady who was doing the trading post there came to a traderie that Chris Jensen was holding. And I think I paid like $45 for this whole bag of patches, which includes all camp patches. But you know, like I said, you gotta put some good stuff in your Antique Mall booth or else nobody's gonna come check it out. So wanted to put some fresh stuff in here. Whew, okay. I think that's pretty replenished. Mission accomplished. So, if you're ever in the area in Charlotte, North Carolina, I know some people fly into Charlotte Airport for business. Actually had a message from a guy recently who was kicking himself. He said he stayed at a hotel about 4 blocks away from here and forgot that I had this booth. He could have come over really easy and checked it out. So I'll pick the camera up and just kind of give you a little pan of what I have in the booth and a little bit of what I'm going to be putting in the booth, and we'll close the video out. So starting over here, we have a whole bunch of uniforms and jackets. Green, khaki, Explorer. This whole side here has t-shirts. There's probably 100 Scout t-shirts up there, green uniforms. Then I have artwork here. In fact, I brought some more artwork to hang up. And down here I also have some boxes that have different insignia, council strips, things like that you can slide out. Over here we got some mugs, books, Boy Scout Monopoly, merit badge pamphlets, all kinds of good stuff. Alright. So what am I bringing? Well, I've got a bunch of artwork here, a whole load full of uniforms and jackets, and then also two containers of odds and ends. Got a little display case there. Then I got lucky with a corner booth, and I actually have the back side here as well with some room for art. So I'm going to put some pictures here and there as well, and I brought some prints. So that is it. So anyways, I hope you will check things out. If you want to find out more about my store, including location, hours, more pictures of what I got going on, you can go to a website that I built called SanteeSwapperStore.com. I'll make sure there's a link for it in the description of this video. And you can go in there and kind of check out close-up pictures of things that are here. Unfortunately, let me go ahead and say this because I know this is going to happen. I only get over here about maybe twice a month if I'm lucky, maybe once a month. Because now where I live in Charlotte, I'm about a good 25-30 minute drive away. So I say that because I know that somebody is going to say, hey, I saw this patch in your tub. I want you to find it for me and sell it to me. Yeah, no. So I'm sharing this video to show you what's here, to invite you to come and visit the Sleepy Poet and come visit my booth in the Sleepy Poet. But the items that are for sale here are for sale here. And I'm not going to come make special trips out here to pull things off the shelf and mail it to you. That's just not really the point of having the Antique Mall booth. I describe this as kind of a clearance store for me. Things that are really bulky, books, uniforms, three-dimensional objects. Some of the things I'm going to put in here today are including statues, things like that I don't want to sell on eBay and ship. Also, of course, the dollar tub, something like that, is you can't really sell that on eBay. You know, 2,000 patches in one tub. It's not really something that eBay would do well. So anyways, I love you. I hope there is something here that you'd want, and I hope that you'll make a point to visit Charlotte at some point in your journeys and come check it out. It's on South Boulevard. It's the Sleepy Poet Antique Mall. If you come to the Sleepy Poet, I just warn you, it's a humongous antique mall with like 100, 200 booths. I don't even know how many. You'll spend hours walking around. Even if you're just here looking for Boy Scout stuff, you're going to find something else you're interested in. I know that, especially with Christmas being a popular time for people to come check out the Sleepy Poet. So, anyways, thanks very much. Jason Spangler with the Santee Swapper. Hope you'll come check out my Antique Mall booth.